An 8-hour drive east, and the Williston Coyotes make their way out east to take on the Cheyenne Mustangs tonight here for the first girls basketball matchup of the year. I'm Tristan Murdoch, joined alongside me is Dan Wolf. As always, Wolf, this should be an interesting one to say the least.
Well, I think it always is. I mean, we'll talk about a little bit all the changes that have taken place around the Cheyenne team, but when you play teams like Williston that you really never have a chance to see except maybe on some film, you're never sure what to expect. You throw in the uncertainty of first game of the year, and then you wonder, okay, how are we going to measure success in this game? Is it by a win? Is it by executing the way that we want to, or what exactly? But probably, this being one of the teams that you know the least about means it will be interesting from the tip.
Most definitely. As we take a look around the league at some of the other games going on tonight, Jamestown is at Grand Forks Central. That one starts at 5:45. Fargo North is hosting BHS, who the girls play tomorrow. So do the boys. That one's set to start at 6. And then West Fargo Horace is at Moorhead. That one doesn't start till 7:30 for the girls, as I'm assuming that's the only game out there tonight.
Yeah, and that's always, especially these first games of the season, everyone's trying to schedule some double headers. We know that Cheyenne heads out to the western part of the state next week to Minot and to, I think, take on one of the other Bismarck teams. So, at the beginning of a season, you're trying to get your feet under you. You want to get reps. You want to start figuring out some rotations and some people that you want to play with. And Tristan, for Cheyenne, there's been a lot of change since last year. New head coach, Morgan Milbrath, becomes the third coach in Cheyenne history. Kenny Wingenbach has moved on. He's an assistant coach at Concordia College for their women's program. So, when a new coach comes in, I mean, inevitably there's going to be some things that are different. Some philosophies are different, probably some things the same. You probably have a new cast of players, but some are the same. And so, I think for Coach Milbrath and for Mustang fans, you got to remember and keep in mind that this is a marathon, not a sprint. The state tournament isn't in the next couple of weeks or anything like that. This is just the first night. You're just getting started, and undoubtedly with the new coach and kind of some new players and trying to figure out how you want to attack teams and things like that, undoubtedly there will be some times that probably don't go the way that you want them to. Some things you'll think, oh boy, we've got this down, and then the next game you might think differently. So you just got to keep in mind, you got to have a short memory about things that didn't go right and keep moving forward, because as we always talk about you want to be playing your best basketball as you get close to tournament time once you get deeper into February. And after all, today's only December 5th.
Most definitely, as we're about 2 minutes set from tip-off. During halftime tonight, we'll speak with Coach Brandt for the boys. Like I said, it's really unknown to what these two games are going to turn out on, Wolf, as, like you said, we got some new girls coming in, new boys coming in. Like we talked about before the stream, too, I think our boys' team is a lot more reloaded than the girls.
Well, I think they're a far more known quantity as we get, the boys' season going, because they were such a young team coming off that state championship in 2024, and then losing all those players. You had to have a lot of young players, a lot of sophomores last year step up and see a lot of minutes, and it was that first time going through an EDC schedule and finding out what that's like. So they'll have most of their players back, and so that's a much more known quantity of what you should be able to expect from the boys. From the girls, as you mentioned, some new faces, some new players, and again, that new coaching staff. Morgan Milbrath was the assistant previously. Now she's taking over their first head coaching job. And so you're going to be, I think, the first few games for sure for the girls program in particular is going to be figuring out how we want to approach this. What are our rotations going to be? Which players do we rely on for this particular thing? You know, whether it's working against a press or who's going to be the scorer on the court. A lot of variables probably for the girls more than the boys coming into this season.
Most definitely. So we'll take a short break for anthem and player introductions, and we'll be right back.
I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him is because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
Tour the beautiful campus of North Dakota State University in Fargo. Learn about majors, scholarships, our free application process, and get a free t-shirt. Register now at ndsu.edu/visit.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life.
So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them. Because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
So shoulder pain is one of the most common things I see. When Linda came in, she complained of pain in both her shoulders.
You did all the work on the left one, and by the time I had the second one done, I could do anything I wanted to do.
Shoulder replacement, the whole point of that is really to get rid of the pain and get you back to doing normal things again.
You listened to what I wanted, and it worked out great.
We were a good team.
Yes, yes, I think so.
All right, folks, welcome back here as we are about set for game time. Just finishing up the starting lineups as Wolf, no real change in the starting lineup for the Mustangs, even though we have all these new faces on our roster.
Yeah, it's going to be the more experienced players, and one of the things that stood out for me right away, Tristan, in the pregame warm-ups for Williston, they have a junior, 3 sophomores, and a freshman starting tonight. So that's a very young roster. So certainly in terms of just probably state, Class A girls basketball experience should certainly be on the side of the Mustangs tonight, as Williston is a very young team that they have starting this evening. And again, you're never quite sure when it's the beginning of the year, is this what it's going to be like? Is it you're trying to give some people some opportunities? We don't know. But for Cheyenne, they start with Callan Fosher and Evie Seavold. Adria Roller, Sabrina Staub, and Zoe Keene.
Roller tosses back to Fosher with the 3-ball and nylon.
Well,
early on.
Is that not the perfect way to start your season? A pull-up 3 that you make, and that's going to get a foul on that. She came down, but initiated some contact there, and that one, first foul, was going to go on Fosher. Oh, lost. Adria Roller there lost her girl. Nice little design by Williston as getting some people lost in the mix there. Seems like we weren't here all that long ago, Tristan, as we were broadcasting for the Mustangs opening of their run to a state championship in volleyball. We should probably recognize Coach Newton and her program and the excellent season that they had. Shot clock goes under 10. They have to do something with it. Good help there is Seavold and Roller.
So that'll go out on Seavold there.
Had her trapped inside. It's only 5 on the shot clock here.
Goes in, misses a layup, and that'll...
That was a nice
They'll
take
say it
there.
wasn't out. Looked like her foot got down, but either way, Mustang Seavold pulls the trigger on a 3 and misses just short there. And that maybe a little right.
And that was Avery Ostrom there that went hard to the basket for the Coyotes.
Tip out on Seavold there.
Cheyenne showing a little pressure. Make Williston think a little bit about things. Not a bad tactic when you're facing a young squad that maybe isn't used to things, but there's a really nice
Ostrom.
job. Alex Ostrom that time. Really nice job. The lefty.
Keene pulls a deep trigger. Rims out there. As that one's just left there for Wilcox, and
they're gonna get
a
Fosher again. That's 2 quick ones, so she's gonna have to take a seat. You know, one thing that we've seen so far, Tristan, is Cheyenne. They've gotten some looks, but they're settling for some deep threes and haven't really gotten the ball inside the 3-point line. Not sure if that's, again, with the beginning of the year, if that's going to be by design or not. As another foul, that's the 3rd already on Cheyenne here, playing aggressively. That one's going to go on Staub. Good D by Nickerson, but great cut to the basket by Ostrom, Avery Ostrom there. Found her, and she was able to get the reverse layup to drop.
As Roller tries to find Seavold inside, and
that goes off Seavold. That was the first pass that I think has been inside the arc, so at least trying to get that cutter. This is Seavold was going through. And she punches one out there, but ends up in the hands of the Coyotes.
Pass inside the paint, back out, and that one's just going to be short there as Nickerson tries to find Seavold there, and Wilcox almost took a tumble.
Up close and personal with some of the young fans down there.
Seavold finds Keene. Keene all the way over to Nickerson as Staub's going to pull another deep three, and that one's going to be short. 6-3, and that's going to be a foul
on Seavold. So less than 5 minutes into the half, and we've already got 14 fouls on the Mustangs. This could be something that bears watching, as I think Coach Milbrath wants to maybe talk about what they have going on.
So 6-3, Coyotes lead, 14:30 left to go in the first half. We'll take a short break and be right back.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life.
So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them, because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
All right, folks, welcome back here as the Coyotes have a 6-3 lead here. 14:30 left to go in the first half. So this one finds Ostrom in the corner. Gets a pass inside, and
good D there by Adria Roller, held her ground.
Roller's going to find Nickerson inside, and there's no one there. I believe she was intending for Staub, but Staub went to the corner quite hard.
Nickerson was cutting, got the ball back, didn't like what she had, and tried to kick it out. And Staub was just moving. And that miscommunication, which, you know, is maybe something with a new system, new girls out there, new rotations, might be an issue as we see Ergens there pick up a shot or pick up a loose ball and put it back in, and Williston extends its lead to 5.
And Williston's on an 8-point streak right now, Wolf, as Staub pulls a corner 3 trigger, and that one goes off the side of the backboard. As Rollers in the paint, can't get one up. 2 seconds on the shot clock and a pass, and that'll be time expired there.
Good defensive sequence by the Coyotes on that one. Roller got the ball deep and tried to go up with it, but was rejected by Alex Ostrom. And then the shot clock expired. So Fosher back on the floor now with 2 fouls. Got to be smart. Can't pick up the third with 13 minutes. You don't want her sitting out for for over half, for 2/3 of the first half. So she'll have to be smart out there.
That one tipped out by Seavold there. As the 2 doesn't fall there for Klumpker. And Staub will bring this one back up. Fosher finds Keene on the drive, and that's going to be a charge, I think.
No, it was a block. I don't know if she was inside the protected circle, but the ref saw that as a block. Good cut by Zoe Keene, and they found her, and she got up with that shot. Earns herself a trip to the free throw line as she knocks down the first.
So Keene knocks both in.
Oh, I thought that looked like an extra step there, but not called. As Keene leads the break
Coach
here.
Milbrath was thinking the same thing, Wolf.
Good take by Zoe Keene getting to the basket.
Gets her own rebound, finds Fosher, and she's going to get another chance for another point.
Good cut to the basket by Fosher. Good find by Zoe Keene. And then good finish by Fosher. She has a chance for 3 the old-fashioned way.
To tie it. So that one rims out. And
Williston with a
Ostrom.
3-on-2.
Ostrom gets her own rebound over Nickerson, and
well, Nickerson's
puts
giving up
one
some
in.
size there.
Staub to Keen. Keen attempted cut there as Staub drains one there.
That's one to fall. It's that 5-out offense that Cheyenne is running here. You can get some things going with that, wear out a defense, but it leaves no inside presence, and so no real opportunity to find anyone on the inside as Ergens there works hard, picks up the foul from Nickerson, is going to have an and one opportunity.
Keen finds Fosher, and
that was a good
Get a
aggressive
foul.
take. So now it's the third foul for
that one coming
Williston.
against Collins. Fosher misses her first. Hits her second. So it'll be a 12-10 game now. Ostrom gets in the side the paint and drains one.
Good step through by Ostrom. Good job avoiding the contact, kind of clearing her way through traffic. Ooh.
Nickerson.
Dangerous pass, works out. As Avery Ostrom picks up the foul on that, but that was a dangerous pass with no one back there as a defensive balance. Works out for Cheyenne in this instance. And that one sailed
high and long. This one finds Ostrom. About 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Good up and under. Good up and under move by Alex Ostrom. Got the Cheyenne defender leaning, overcommitting, and got to keep in mind she is a lefty.
Keen now, attempted cut. Fosher pulls the trigger. That one's long for the 3 ball. As Ergens chips in a 3. Fosher still can't hit.
Good job by Avery Ostrom pushing pace. Passing players as she just dribbled up the floor.
Keen now out to Roller. Seavold's going to take a drive. Fosher for 2 and finally hits one there as she's got 8 of the Mustangs 12. As Coyotes are going to take a timeout here, and they're up by 9, so we'll take a short break. 8:30 left to go in the first half. Coyotes lead at 21-12. All right, folks, welcome back as we're about halfway through the first, and the Coyotes are leading it 21-12. And, you know, Wolf, like I talked about really for like a short second before the break, Fosher's got 8 of the Mustangs 12, so you think Williston's starting to get a read on that?
Well, you know, when you become predictable, Fosher certainly gotten the bulk of shots up. Everyone else, has gotten a couple looks, a couple shots up, but, you're going to have to find offense. You have to have multiple people step up and help. It doesn't have to be one person that puts 20 or 25 on the board, but you're going to have some more help. Seavold hasn't been able to get things going yet, but as it is, you do have to find other avenues to create some offense, maybe some drawn-up specific plays. Because there's another good take by Avery Ostrom.
As Staub
gave a little pump fake, was trying to go around, and I think it was Ergens with a kick on that one. There's a good crossover by Keene.
Can't connect on that, but that was a great crossover, Wolf.
Yeah, and it freed her up for a shot. Oh, nice Euro step by Ostrom. Great Euro step. Created separation and gave her the space she needed to get that shot put up, as it's now 25-12 with Williston doubling up here on the Mustangs.
Seavold on a drive, chips out. 10 on the shot. Someone's got to pull a trigger, Wolf. That one's
and that
be thrown up, and
Cheyenne got caught a little flat-footed at the end, just moving that ball around the arc. And as long as Williston was within closeout distance, it really wasn't affecting them. They weren't really frightened by the possibility of Cheyenne getting a good look at the basket, and that's one thing that Cheyenne's going to have to be better at, is making something happen. Has a little heat check there for Ostrom.
Plumker fighting everyone off there. Ostrom pulls the trigger and gets another one down. She's got 10.
The mid-range game, the lost art of, basketball everywhere, it seems like these days.
That is a very high arc coming off of Seavold there. I was wondering if that was even going to make it.
Yeah, that is what her shot is like. There is a lot of high arc, soft shot.
Keene pulls the trigger. Deep 3 ball for Keene.
And I think Williston's willing to live with that. They'll give Keene that look when she wants it.
They're still up 12, Wolf, so.
And they're really doing a good job. They're outworking Cheyenne on the boards right now. That's multiple offensive rebounds that they have been able to corral tonight. So doing a really good job on the glass, and I think that's why Fosher's coming back in, One, it gives Keene a little blow here, a little rest, but Cheyenne is getting beaten on the boards, and so Fosher in there, I think, to provide a little more rebounding presence at 6 feet tall.
Seaval looks towards Basic. Basic getting her first minutes in at varsity right now. She's got 7 on the shot clock, finds Fosher, and
looks like everyone's okay. Kind of looked like Cowan came
down
down
hard.
well, yeah, kind of came down awkward on that ankle, but looks to be okay. As one more will put Cheyenne at the line. That was the 16th foul on Williston. Good pump
Seaval.
fake, good creation of the space needed, just unable to find the range. Williston moving the ball well, and there's a good
Ostrom
drive.
gets inside.
And one. As Alex Ostrom gets to the line there. I think that's going to be Roller that picked that one up. Or it was Staub that picked up that one. Yeah. Williston much more active on the glass here than Cheyenne has been tonight. I'm going to guess that's one thing that the coaching staff's going to want to address at halftime is the need to get more bodies in the paint going for those defensive rebounds. There's been multiple second opportunities tonight for Williston. That's going to be a block, and that should send Seawald to the line for the bonus. Oh, yeah, I was going to say that on a block that should have been an opportunity here.
Seawald misses the extra, collects her own rebound, and stopped for 3.
And that's Sabrina Staub's game. That spot up 3. Not as good as pulling it up off the dribble or being rushed, but when she has time to set her feet and really get a good look at the basket, she can knock down a lot of threes, and you saw it right there.
Wilcox now with a drive, and Ostrom just long on her mid-range jumper there. Still inside as
a wild sequence here.
Roller goes down really hard.
So Williston, plenty of shot clock. They're going to reset.
20 seconds on the shot clock. Got plenty of time, and that one's
Roller's going to pick that one up, trying to poke it away from Avery Ostrom.
Quite a wild ride there on that one, Wolf, as
it was, and
Roller went down hard in the baseline there, and
Cheyenne had the rebound, collected it, but then on the outlet pass, they were able to get that in there, and there's Fosher's going to pick up her 3rd. And that's going to probably have to put her to the bench for the rest of the half. Kind of nothing that that Cowan necessarily did wrong. It's just being aggressive and ran into that Williston player and ends up collecting her 3rd of the half. And there's another offensive rebound and a putback
Ostrom
by Avery Ostrom.
As Ostrom.
Alex
Ostrom pulls a 3 and gets one home. So a 34-18 lead now as Staub pulls a 3 and that one hits.
Again, when she gets her feet set and has time, she'll make you pay for it. But an up-tempo game might not be something that Cheyenne wants, and that was probably a mistake by Ergen. She had the lane. She could have gone right to the basket. Tried to dump it off, little pass to Alex Ostrom, but just unable to find it as Seavold pushing pace, and here comes Williston right back.
The Ostrom sisters, just rimmed out there, but good tic-tac-toe play there. So that one's...
It could be
I
the
think
basic pick that
gonna
one.
Get a foul there.
Yeah. Good effort.
So we got 2:36 left to go in this first half. Wilcox hits her first. Hits her second, so it'll be 30. I want to say it's 37.
Yeah, I think they'll get it switched here. It should be a 16-point lead. Oh, good look. Good opportunity for Keenan, unable to get it to fall.
Wilcox
she wants
over
that
to
one
Ostrom.
back. Ostrom going to slow things down. Wilcox up top to Alex Ostrom.
That one's long and left. As
good
Roller
find.
Finds Keen. Can't get that one to go. As we got
30-second timeout by Williston
timeout
here.
From Williston here. With 1:56 left to go in the first half, 36-21 Wolf. What do you think Coach Milbra is saying right now?
Well, I think it's, I don't think an up-tempo game is probably what she had in mind tonight. They have gotten a couple looks off of that, but really, probably preaching we need to slow it down and work on the things they've been probably trying to install for the past couple of weeks and look for certain looks off of the offense. Otherwise, I'm guessing she's saying you got to rebound, got to put a body on someone, got to crash the boards, we've got to control the glass on the defensive end, and then let's worry about what we're going to do offensively.
The only other update from around the league right now is Jamestown up 20-2 on Grand Forks Central. That one's got 9 minutes left in the first for the girls. So quite a blowout already going on up north.
Yeah.
At Grand Forks Central.
Wilcox, good move. Unable to finish, but really good move as Ergen's trapped down there, but Wilcox finishes it. And that's another offensive rebound. I don't know what the stats are going to say, but, man, they've got a ton of offensive rebounds as they find Staub.
Basic chips to Key and deep three. Just short. As that one's going to somehow get out to the Coyotes, and then I think it's going to be a foul on the Mustangs.
I think that's going to be Staub who picked that one up as she was in the scrum for the ball, yeah. And that's her third, so now Cheyenne with two of their starters with 3 fouls, and that's going to get Roller off the bench for Staub, I assume. And, of course, Staub knocked down a couple of those threes, so losing that offense is going to be tough, and this is a double bonus situation for Williston as Alex Ostrom makes the first, and Roller does indeed replace Staub.
So Ostrom hits both. As Seavold tried to find Keene there again, and that's going to be out there on Ergens.
That was tough because Seavold had to range out almost to the sideline to pick that up and had her back turned, so wasn't able to get the sight line that she probably wanted to get the ball to Zoe Keene.
Seavold going to put one up.
That's
going
to
to be a travel. So 14-second differential between shot and game clock right now. 40 seconds left to go in this half. As that's going to be reach on Seavold.
So another double bonus situation here. Kern misses the first.
This is the second.
Another offensive rebound and put back by Avery Ostrom. Cheyenne getting worked on the boards here tonight as they're down 21. This should be a final possession of the half. Good entry pass to Roller.
Basic for three. Quite short on that one.
It's going to leave almost 11 seconds, 10 and a half here for Williston to try and push the ball up the floor and maybe get something at a quick look.
So that one's short. That'll be the end of the half. As the Coyotes lead it 42-21. We'll take a short break and be right back, possibly with words from Coach Brandt.
We'll see.
We'll see, but we'll take a short break and be right back for halftime report and a possible conversation with Coach Brandt.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future. And if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us because it's always good to check in.
Discover the experience that awaits you at North Dakota State University. Join the Bison family where connections run deep, from the classroom to the field and beyond. Build an exciting career with the help of industry-leading faculty. Tap into the power of the herd and make unforgettable memories in Fargo, one of the best college towns in the Midwest. Don't wait. Find your adventure at North Dakota State University.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him is because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life.
So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them, because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
Take no loss, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah.
Tour the beautiful campus of North Dakota State University in Fargo. Learn about majors, scholarships, our free application process, and get a free t-shirt. Register now at ndsu.edu/visit.
All right, folks, welcome back here as me and Wolf are now joined alongside Coach Brand. Coach Brand, thanks for being here. On a busy night for you guys, home opener tonight. What can we expect from your boys?
Well, I mean, hopefully you can expect them to play really, really hard. I mean, it's the first game of the season. It's like you said, it's extremely exciting. I think they're ready to go, and I think you can expect them to play their hearts out. I think they're going to play really hard tonight.
So how do you think that, you come off of a state championship in 2024 and you lose a lot of guys to graduation, those sorts of things, and there's no NIL, there's no transfer portal in high school. You got to roll with what you have. How is the experiences of last season with a really young, probably inexperienced group, how is that going to pay dividends for your players this year?
Well, there's no trade-off for experience. I mean, having that is huge. And, our goal last year coming into the season, we knew we didn't have much experience, and we knew as long as we kept getting better throughout the season, that was our main goal, and putting ourselves in a position to be successful at the end of the year. Last year was a goal of ours, and we did that. We were in a tight game with Davies in a state qualifier in the EDC tournament. Had our chances. Obviously didn't turn out the way we wanted it to, but we were playing pretty good basketball. And having, 6 of those guys that played, significant varsity minutes at the end of the year last year back this year is huge. Like I said, there's no trade-off for experience.
Is there anything, is there something, I don't want to get too deep into the weeds here, is there something that where you're at right now, and it's only been 2 weeks, right? This is a marathon, not a sprint, but is there something that, there are a couple things that you think, I wish we were further along with, or there's something that, you would like to be seeing more of at this point?
I wish we were further along with everything, to be honest with you. I mean, we have our 9 days of practice and we get rolling, and to be honest, those first couple days of practice are tryouts, and you have 80 kids in the gym and just trying to evaluate some things. So, can you really get as much done as you want in those first 2 days? Not really. So you break it down that way. Saturday we were at Jamestown scrimmaging. That's another practice. So really 6 really solid practices with our group to kind of get some things going. So I wish we were farther along with everything. I've been so hyper-focused defensively here in practice that, I think offensively we could be a little bit farther along, but we have some good athletes that can make some plays out there. So I think that'll come along.
But at the same time, that it should be the offensive stuff where that experience from last year really makes a difference, as opposed to the girls program here and a brand new coach, new philosophies, probably more things that she's trying to put in than what you are. And so that familiarity for your kids should make quite a bit of difference, I would hope.
Right, yeah, it will. I mean, there's not a lot that we're going to do different this year than we did last year. And so just like the amount of teaching we had to do early in the season is obviously a lot less, and guys are picking up on things a little bit quicker. So yeah, in that regard, you are correct.
That still doesn't necessarily make you feel better about things.
To be honest with you, I think every coach feels that way coming into their first game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd interview one head coach out there that feels completely ready for their first one. So I think we're, as a group, I think we're doing well, and I think our guys are focused and they're committed and they're playing hard and they're going hard in practice and they're holding each other accountable and trying to make each other better. So that's really all I can ask.
So last question, what's one thing that at the end of the year you would love to hear other teams say about your team, that when we played the Mustangs, they did this, and what's one thing that you'd love to be able to hang your hat on and say, yeah, we did that really well, from consistency or grit or resilience or whatever it might be?
Yeah, no, we stress effort. We stress effort level. I mean, your effort level can never be in question. And with that, we stress defensive intensity. So at the end of the year, I want teams to say, man, those guys play really hard and they defend the crap out of you for 36 minutes.
Well, awesome. Good luck tonight. Again, it's only December 5th, and the games will click by, and as soon as you turn around, it'll be mid-February. But right now, everything's a possibility, right?
For sure, it is. It's a brand new season, and we're excited to get going.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. That's Coach Tim Brandt, boys coach for the Mustangs. They'll be taking on the Coyotes here in the second half of our doubleheader, and tomorrow they play Bismarck, which that ought to be an entertaining game. We don't have a stream on that one. The Huddle Cam will be on if you want to take that one in, but Bismarck is a handful for pretty much anybody that plays them. You will see guys flying around up and down, probably from both groups, if what Coach Brandt wants to see actually happens. But so good luck to the Mustang boys as we're ready to kick off the second half here.
Again, Coyotes leading 42-21, make that 45-21.
That's Klumker right away. Drops one. And we saw real quickly there change in philosophy for the Mustangs as they came out in a zone look. And that one, Ergens steps right in front of and goes down, and a quick 5 points. That's a dangerous pass. That cross-court 25-footer, that ball hangs in the air for a long time, and a good defender is going to anticipate and want a chance for that. And Ergens did a good job as Fosher unable to connect, but a good drive. So Cheyenne, a little 2-3 look here.
Ostrom pulls in a three.
Avery Ostrom, really nice job. Little pump fake. Got the Mustang defender to commit. Flew by and then had all the time in the world to pull up and was able to knock that down. Has a quick 8 points, 8-0 run to open the second half. Probably not what Cheyenne was hoping for, as Zoe Keene lets one fly, and that one off the front iron.
Ostrom inside for another two. And Cheyenne's going to take a timeout here. Coach Milbreth wants to slow down the bleeding a little bit. 52-21 as the Coyotes expand their lead here in the second half. Wolf,
a 10-0 run. I mean, that's what you have to do there. Doesn't matter what team it is or who the coach is or anything like that. You got to take a timeout in that situation, and the switch to zone has led to a couple of still three-point opportunities, and Williston just came out hot here in the second half. And, sometimes when it rains, it pours. It's not for a lack of effort on the part of the Mustangs. Right now, they're just having trouble kind of getting their feet under them to start the second half.
So the Coyotes laying back off that full court pressure a little bit in the second half. Kind of not totally comfortable, but some room to give. As that's a deep three. Not going to connect there for Ostrom.
And she had the time. She could have taken that one dribble forward and gotten a little closer to the basket, opted to just let it fly, and it didn't work out.
As that one's a steal there, and Ostrom almost puts one up and in. Wilcox, and that's going to be a reaching foul on Roller.
Yeah, Roller trying to recover and get back.
She started to slow it down a little bit, but
yeah, I was going to say, Zoe Keene maybe trying to pull one over on the ref. She steps out of bounds, looking to inbound, and finally the ref says, I don't think it's your ball.
Wide open. Can't pull the trigger on that one. As Seavold's in trouble, and that one is going to get out.
Yeah, she got deep, thought she might have a lane to get to the basket. It was closed off, and then she picked up her dribble and got in trouble as Keene's going to inbounds here. So the 8th grader, Ella Froning, making her first appearance of the night.
Froning gets one to Roller as Roller's going to try and get
nice
around.
Nice move
and up
by
and
Adria. Just around that area. No one came to give any help. Yeah, that was a good change of pace by Coach Milbrath there. Williston not expecting any kind of press like that, and suddenly Coach Broughton for Williston said, whoa, we need to probably reset this and talk about how we want to proceed at this point.
So something else I'm kind of noticing here, Wolf, as I'm looking to the left of me right now, and one thing you notice with the Williston boys team, they're all above 6 foot, and you can easily tell that.
Yeah, there's some length there.
So one thing I'd like to know is how Brandt's going to kind of handle that. I know, Kyson, Tanner, and maybe one more guy in there that I'm forgetting. I don't think
Case and Bernstein. They all go about 6'5",
and I don't think Chase quite touches 6 foot. So it'd be interesting to see how the height advantage is going to handle here for the boys' game coming up after this.
Yeah, we will see what Williston comes out with for a starting lineup, but the Williston boys team out watching and cheering on the girls here. And they did. There was obviously some length there as Ergens gets a look.
Just long there. Ostrom gets inside, a chip over. Can't fall there for Klumker. Ostrom around tipped. And that one's going to be kicked there by Keene, I think.
Good cut by Klumker, just going too fast, unable to set herself, and there's a foul. I think she thought she could get in there and swipe that one from Nickerson, but a lot of contact with that. Good take by Ella Froning, and Froning gets in. The and one opportunity for the 8th grader. Got to feel good to see that first one go in, as that's the 4th foul now on Klumker, picking up 2 in a row, so probably not going to see her for a while with 14-18 still to go here in the second half. But a comfortable lead at this point for the Coyotes. And Cheyenne going to keep going with the pressure. Make Williston work a little bit.
As Ergens just a little too hard on the pass there, but that was a great job at getting Nickerson to fall.
Yeah, they beat the pressure, handled it well, and Ergens just a little too hot with that pass. I think that was to Collins. And the end result is that it's a turnover for Williston. So, if you're Cheyenne, you're down 26 at this point. You're not probably thinking about coming back and winning, but you want to represent yourself well. See if you can go on a little run here, and then you never know what might end up happening.
Kosher finds Keene in the corner. Great drive there. Can't quite get it to fall. So Ostrom's going to take this one the other way. Six on the clock.
Wild pass there by Alex Ostrom.
Seavold's going to drive in, and she's going to...
It's a good lesson in that sequence there by Seavold for young players. Good things happen when you get to the rim. A foul can be called, you might make it, or there's a chance for an offensive rebound. And right there, Seavold went hard to the basket, picked up the foul, gets to shoot 2 free throws here. And that puts another foul on the board for your opponent. So, I know the world of basketball has changed greatly in the last 10 years, but I think there's still a time and a place and a reason to look at a mid-range shot or to get to the rim.
Ostrom
wow,
with
that's
a
out
3
there.
Ball.
That's real long distance. It's almost to the volleyball line, the 10-foot line for the volleyball. Froning hounding Ergens. There's a good job by Seavold stepping in. She ends up with control.
As Wilcox almost strips that one from her, eventually gets the Keene as she misses her layup, and that's going to be a foul.
Seeing
I think on Nordstrom,
an uptick in effort definitely here by the Mustangs, and in comes freshman Emmy Fellows is going to come in, an all-state cross-country runner. This should be someone who's ready and willing to go up and down the floor as many times as is needed. And she's going to come in for Seavold. So Coach Milbrath getting into her bench a little bit here in the second half.
Ostrom takes a drive, almost gets one in there as Fellows trying to really fight that one off. And
well, Fellows, it was a good rebound, but she held the ball there where someone could get their hands on it. Then she started fighting for it, but that's the time when you got to start swinging those elbows a little bit and clear some space for yourself after you've controlled a rebound.
Ergens chips out to Wilcox.
Good wraparound. So as Ergens drives, Wilcox comes and takes that spot that Ergens has vacated, and just a little free throw is all that amounts to. A nice finish by Wilcox.
As that one's going to be a little tip there on the Coyotes, so it'll be out of the reach of Fosher. Once again tipped. Intended for Fosher there by Nickerson,
but she was being kind of doubled. She was fronted and had a player behind her inside there.
Ostrom almost collects there.
Better job of rebounding thus far the second half by the Mustangs.
Keen to Nickerson. Nickerson inside.
One more pass. Good.
Fellows had the pump there, as that one's not going to drop there for Frowning. That one just long
there. That's what you do. You swing those elbows. Zoe Keene saying this is my ball. There's a good look from Froning.
Inside there.
Keene lost vision there of Alex Ostrom as she had that little flex cut underneath. That's too easy. Can't let that one. You're working so hard to try and get back into this. There's a good find to Fosher.
Fosher still holds.
She had plenty of time to just calmly collect herself and get that shot up.
Ostrom taking a drive inside and collects.
I think Keene was looking for an offensive foul there, saying that Ostrom kind of dropped that shoulder into her, but no call by the refs. Another three for Froning.
Ostrom with a three of her own. Just long there as Froning.
Oh, and they're going to call a jump on that. Good job by Ella Froning, though. Not backing down as we're going to have Staub and Seavold coming back in to replace Fosher and Keene, get them a break.
Staub finds Froning once more.
He checked there. Short. Good pass. Great bounce pass to Klumker from Avery Ostrom. Really nicely done. I think they get Nickerson on that one.
Mackenzie Ritter in for the Coyotes here. So that one's just long for Klumker.
Good find.
Nickerson.
Oh, and then she took an extra step. That was a really good cross-court pass by Seavold. Nickerson drove, was going to turn and look to kick it out. But ref said she took an extra step or lifted that pivot foot. Good floater by Avery Ostrom.
So Ostrom's got 21 tonight. Now as the Coyotes lead at 62-35. About halfway through the second half. As Roller gets inside
Great job
and draws a foul.
By Roller, and I think that was Wilcox that picked it up, but Roller being the natural lefty, they cut off her right as she was looking to dribble back up towards the wing and towards the top of the key, and she just wheeled around, and she had her dominant hand, could go to the basket, draws the foul. Third on Wilcox.
Osterman now chips out.
Good ball movement there, and good job Froning fighting for the rebound with Roller. Roller lets her have it. Oh, she didn't need to do that. That was off of Williston. Fellows' instinct takes over trying to save that, but she could have let that one go.
Ostrom from the corner.
Oh, wow.
Finds her sister
nice
inside
screen and
it
roll.
Can't get down. Seavold pulls the trigger. Can't get that one to drop, and I think that'll just go out on the Mustangs.
Yeah, it went off the went over the backboard, the ref determined. Off the rim. As we're starting to see the stands fill in a little bit here prior to the boys' game. Probably going to be a little bit behind tonight. Scheduled, I think, for a 7:15 tip.
I think so.
And there's still 7 minutes left in the first half here, so probably going to be closer to 7:45 probably till we get that one going. Froning, good attack of the basket. Going to get her to the free throw line.
Froning hits her first.
As Zoe King going to return for Adria Roller.
And Wolf, that's another thing. I'm unsure of how that's working this year, but there's a lot of girls' games scheduled at 5:30 and boys starting at 7 this year, so I'm not sure if it's just simply scheduling or if there's some reasoning behind that or what.
Well, it seems to have kind of, in my experience, Tristan, kind of goes year by year. Some years the ADs or whoever decides, hey, when, say, we're playing, when Cheyenne's playing Red River, the boys are at Red River and the girls are home against Red River. And this year it seems to be everything is focused on double headers with the girls playing the first part with usually about a 5:45 tip and a 7:15 schedule for the other one. And I don't know if there's an actual reason for it, as that's a good job by Ostrom, and she can't finish. But that's what they're doing this year, is that's kicked out. Good look for Keene.
Can't connect on that one, and
they get tangled up there between Klumker and Staub. They're going to say it's off of Staub, no foul. As Williston does have 6 team fouls already. I shouldn't say already, we're 12 minutes in, but Cheyenne only 2 team fouls here in the second half.
Ostrom with the deep three.
Again, that's about the 4th time this second half that she's gone for one of those deep ones as her sister can't finish. Ergens, before she falls, finds Alex Ostrom. Heads up play by both Coyotes there.
Seavold. Eventually gets to Keene here. He's got 10 on the shot clock. As that one won't fall there for Froning.
Not a bad look, just unable to connect. That one put up by, yep.
Tress can't get that one to drop.
Oh,
and
good take by Staub.
On Wilcox. So 5:19 left to go as Staub will get to the line. (64-38). So like you said, Wolf, I don't think it's a matter of winning at this point, but still kind of representing yourself, as a team.
And I would say, very evident if you've been watching the entire stream here tonight, much better effort from Cheyenne this second half. They've done a much better job of clamping down those offensive rebounds. It's not that they've necessarily cut into the lead hugely, but certainly they're playing about even here with Williston. It got so upside down that first half where they got down by so much. It was such a big hole to try and even dig out of.
Ergens goes all the way across court, and Ostrom hits the three. So 67-38 now, as that one's going to be tipped by Wilcox.
Yeah, Wilcox got a hand on that, as I think we're going to start to see the bench be cleared for Williston here. I'm not sure if that's going to be the case for Cheyenne, but for Williston. Oh, and that ball comes in. Fosher didn't even see it. Milbrath quickly takes a timeout, as there was not much hope for that, with Fosher sitting down and looking for help. So the second half of the doubleheader coming up. The boys will be tipping off here. Tristan, maybe good time. Will that be a separate stream for anyone who might be watching? That would be the time that they would be going to you would want to check out a separate stream, as once the girls' game is shut down here and we close out this particular stream, then we'll have a second stream that opens up for game number 2. And as we look around the state here, Mandan at halftime leads Grand Forks Red River in girls action. Jamestown up on Central 60-24 with about halfway through the second half, and that's the only updates girls-wise that we can give you at this point. But again, it is it's opening night for basketball across the state for Class A, so my guess is every team is in action somewhere, some way, somehow.
Three seconds left on the shot clock as Keene gets inside, and she'll go to the line for 2.
Good patience by Zoe there. Didn't have it at first, a little hesitation, and then hit the gas and gets Ergens to commit, and ends up going to the line as she draws the foul on Ergens, as Ava Keene going to be in here for Ella Froning. So 2 sets of sisters playing tonight, one for Cheyenne and one for Williston, as the Keene sisters are on the floor right now, but only one of the Ostroms.
That 3 drains for Klumpker there.
Really good job. Had her feet set. Ball was delivered in a good position for her. No hesitation. Goes right up on it. And there, Ava.
It's going to be a travel for
Yeah, she swapped her pivot foot there. As we got Martha Nile, I think, coming on for the first time. Her first varsity experience.
Mishandled there by Ergens as Klumpker draws a foul.
I think that's going to be Nile that picked that one up.
Yep. So Klumpker for 2 here.
Ellie Christensen onto the floor. She's going to replace Sabrina Staub. So Ellie Christensen seeing her first varsity action of the season. Good box out there. That's why we box out the shooter, kids.
Keene wide open three.
Ava Keene lets it go, unable to connect. Nile with the rebound and out to Ellie Christensen, who can also knock him down if she's given an opening.
Keene just high above Nile on the inside. That one's saved.
It's a really
by
tough.
Hughes.
It's a really tough angle to make a post entry pass from, especially a kind of a lob like that.
Klumker drives inside and collects a foul and an N1 opportunity.
Nile kind of looking like that wasn't a foul, but it was. And she just has to recognize that 1 second earlier, just 1 second would have put her in a great position where Klumker couldn't have gotten that shot off. But it is a foul nonetheless, as that'll be her second, I believe.
As Nile finds Keene on this one. Inside for Nile, and
that was, that was actually really good. That quick move before defense has any chance to set their feet or react. Kind of a wild shot, but it ends up paying dividends as Martha Nile gets to go to the line for two. Climbs over the front.
And that one,
pretty flat
shot. I'll tell you one
thing.
thing. Nile's got a really low arc.
Yep.
If that's how she shoots.
Flat shot, but nothing but net that time.
That'll be
double
dribble
as we
coming against Hughes.
Yeah, I was going to say Hughes on that one. We got to take a look as the benches have pretty well been emptied here as we're coming down on a minute to go.
Frawning with the drive.
Ooh.
She goes down hard.
Bounces right back up. She's a golfer, Tristan. She's tough like golfers are. Part of our girls golf team in the fall. And that's one thing I can tell you about Ella is coaching her in golf in the fall. She is a tireless worker. She wants to get things right, and when it's not working for her, she works very hard at it. She wants to be able to perfect something and is willing to put in the time and the effort for it. And I imagine that's that same personality trait that we see in basketball as well, as we're down to about 10 seconds here. As Nile protecting the rim, and she pulls that one down.
Shot clock's off.
So this will be the last possession and last shot if we get one off. And that will not happen.
Do it. So 73-41 is your final score for the girls. Coyotes come in and then win it for this one after a long road trip today, excuse me. Wolf, any offensive rebounds I know was a huge one.
Well,
for the
offensive
Coyotes.
rebounds in the first half was the difference maker. It was the difference between those two groups. But, as we said, it's so hard to judge for any team, even if, you've been the coach for the last 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Coach Brandt mentioned it at halftime. Nobody feels ready at this point, and I'm sure that was the case for the Cheyenne girls and for the Williston girls. So it's too early to be able to say, well, this was bad or this was good. You look at it for the things that you need to work on based on your philosophy offensively, your defensively, whatever it might be, and you praise the things that they did well and try and get kids to keep doing that. But at the end of the day, it's the first game of a 20-game season. This didn't decide whether you went to a state tournament or anything like that. We said in sports, it doesn't matter what sport, you have to have a short memory, and you've got Bismarck going to be in here tomorrow afternoon. in 15, 16 hours. So you just got to put this game out of your mind and be ready to turn it on and go get it tomorrow.
So once again, the huddle will be on tomorrow. We won't be streaming tomorrow's game, but if you can make it out, we'd like you to. Definitely going to be an interesting one. Going to be a hard-fought game. So, yeah, got anything else to add for the girls?
I think it's it is what it is. You take it for that, and you go on and figure out how to attack the next game. And that's all you can do with this. That's what sports is. It's not going to go your way every night. It doesn't for anybody. And so if you're Cheyenne, you go and you come back tomorrow. There's nothing. You don't even look at film between today and tomorrow. You just come out and say, hey, this is what time you're here. This one we'll shoot around, and let's get after it tomorrow.
All right, so with that, we will end this one and be back in about 20 minutes, it looks like, for the boys. So around that 7:45 mark like we were talking. Yeah, so we'll see you in a few.